Everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. We're going to be doing a miniature house kit. So I got this for Christmas. It is a DIY miniature house. It's a Rolife Tipsy restaurant. Sorry, everything's backwards. I can't flip Facebook right now. So it'll flip in a minute when we get the camera pulled up top. But anyway, so we're going to be putting this together. I'll do it over probably a few lives. I honestly don't have a clue how long it's going to take me. Maybe 2 or 3, I'm guessing. Hey, Lori. We are currently live on Facebook. If you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay either here or on YouTube. So this is just going to be something different to kind of break it up a little bit. So I will be doing this on Wednesday nights on my Facebook Lives, and then I will post it on my YouTubes after the live. So you can catch it there because Facebook deletes their stuff after 30 days. So it will be there in case you buy one or whatever. You can get these. Mine was got off at Amazon, but you can get them at Michael's too. They sell a bunch of these little kits. I don't know if they have them in stock, but they do sell them. So let's see, we got people on. How is my sound? Anybody on? Check my sound. See, Lori's on. Don't see Dawn. See if I can tell. Helps if you pull up the live first. Then you can tell if it's actually working. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. Sound is good. Thank you, Nancy. I didn't sleep good last night. I got like maybe 3 hours, and I was over there waiting for the live to get ready, and I passed out on the bed. Luckily, I have an alarm set, so I wasn't real worried about it, but I totally was out. Like, okay, wake up and function. So anyway, this should be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. I hope. I looked at a couple of YouTubes because of course people have done them. You can find anything, guys. A couple people have done them. At least I don't know, probably 5 that I saw. I didn't watch them all, but I saw a couple of them. And it seems like a relatively simple, mostly snap fit kind of design. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So I would say as far as the level of skill level, I would say easy. It's not really what I would say advanced. It does say for ages 14 plus, and that's just because you're dealing with some things like possibly some glues or there's like a battery LED, and it's like a whole warning in there about it, so who knows. So anyway, let me pull this camera up top so we can get started, and I will show you what we're doing. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to try to zoom in some. You know, I really can't zoom in a ton. I'll zoom in some. Can't really go quite that far. And then hopefully I won't forget and do things off of the screen. That's what usually ends up happening. Hey, Angela. So, here's our kit. I have opened it because I wanted to see what I was getting myself into. So, aside from the cuts all over my hands, y'all know I can't do anything because I don't have fingernails. So, looks like that. It does require 3 AAA batteries, which I should have over next to me here, but we won't need them anytime soon, probably. Let's see. Opens like this. So you got your product safety instructions, of course, and this is mostly talking about the batteries and the little LED pack, from the best I could tell. So the first thing you want to do when you get these kinds of kits, now I know some of you are like, I'm not going to do that, but the first thing you really should do is, I'm going to zoom back out until we're ready to, is go through it and make sure you have your parts, because there is nothing worse than getting halfway through it and realizing that you're missing something. You know, it's like building IKEA furniture. You know, make sure you have the parts. So that's what I did. I didn't want to, you know, drive you all crazy doing it on camera, but I did do that. So they've got things in little bags that are labeled. I noticed some of the labels were actually incorrect, but I marked them. And then this part here is actually like in cellophane when you get it, but I took the cellophane off so I could make sure all the parts are there. So some of these pieces just kind of fell out in the box, like this thing. So that's really like that. This is thick. This is a wall, so it's like, that's a good 1/16 of an inch. And then there's like a floor base that's pretty thick too. And then it's got, what's this? The illustration must be retained. Perspective changed. Okay, so it's a guide to tell you what things mean. I didn't look at it. It's got like little symbols, and then it tells you what each of those little symbols mean. So there are quite a few of them. So we'll keep that handy in case I can't figure it out. And then we've got all these parts. And very large instruction book. So very detailed. They did a really good job of explaining stuff, which is good. So this is a parts sheet. And what I did is I went through the book and looked at everything that says like tools required, things like that. And I made sure they were in here. And if they weren't, they were things I had. Some of the things you need is a little piece of sandpaper, double stick tape, which they do provide some double stick tape. Some people said that the double stick tape does not work on everything. Some of the little plastic things do really need glue. So I would have some glue handy. I grabbed some canopy glue. It's used for models often. I know it will work. And then, of course, I've got other glues. I've got like gem tack, which would work. Even my art glitter would probably work for stuff like this. And then this Ultimate works real good for stuff like this too. It's cheap. It's $5.49. But lots of glues you could choose from. I wouldn't bother with like super glue. You don't need super glue. Don't do that. So it says you need tweezers, handy dandy tweezers. This type's my favorite. With the little angle pointy. It's for holding on to bits, you know, getting them in tight sections or whatever. It wouldn't hurt. It doesn't say that you need this, but it wouldn't hurt to have a pokey tool for, you know, I'll just use my awl probably, for getting things loose if you can't get it quite loose. What does it say? Screwdriver, number 4. That is actually in the bag. So they did provide things like that, which is good. So bag number 4, which it says bag number 4, has this little screwdriver. It does have some tweezers. They're crappy tweezers. You don't want to try to use your tweezers. Get yourself some decent tweezers. Open it. It comes with these. You know, they're, can use them, sure, but they're not great. comes with the little LED battery thing. Some little teeny tiny piece of sandpaper. LED light. This is called, they're calling this little piece here insulation tape. So I guess it's kind of like E-tape for wrapping around the wires. So I checked off everything, made sure everything was in there. It was. And then the thing I ran into was some of the things would say it was on a board, and it wasn't. It was in a bag, like especially bag 2. Bag 2 had a lot of things, so I just changed it to say bag 2 on any of those things because they were not on a board. And then it's got all of these things. Same thing, I went through all these and checked them off. And I just went through, you can kind of take a look. I just checked everything off if it was in there. If it was in a different place than it said, I wrote it a little note saying that it was in a different place. Like I said, the main thing seemed to be that bag 2 thing, from what I could tell. And then if it, you know, the items are in a specific bag, like these were in a bag, I marked what bag they were in so I can find them. Things like that. So I did all that. Did that ahead of time so you didn't have to, because there are a lot of little tiny parts in here to check off. So it does take a bit. How long it took me, I don't know. Probably 20 minutes, I don't know, maybe. To go through and check off, make sure that everything's in there so I'm not going to run into issues. But everything was in there. And then once I did that, I was ready to go, really. So I'm just going to start at the beginning with their little instructions. And hopefully it'll go well. There's really good pictures on everything, so I like that. And then this is like this pictures and things, sticker sheets, and a little pictures. And then there's an acetate thing for the windows. It's not really acetate, it's like plastic. It's like packaging plastic. I don't know what kind of it's not your typical acetate. But it does have a peel-off coating on it, so maybe that's why it doesn't feel like acetate. It might be the coating. Because I know a couple of the girls said make sure you get the coating off of it, which that'll probably be fun. You know how that is. But anyway, so there's that. These are pop-out little boxes and stuff. So the only thing I would think is just, you know, be careful popping things out so you don't rip them. There are some fragile looking things in here. These little leaves look pretty fragile. So I don't think any of these are actually stickers. At least not there. Are any of these stickers? No. I think they're all glue on. They probably want you to use the double stick tape, which some people did from what I saw and some people did not. So all depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to, I meant to do that. I was going to grab a little tray because you know I'm going to start getting parts out and then I'm going to have them rolling all over my table. So if you have like a muffin tin or a little tray, y'all have seen me use them. Let's see if I have an empty one. Let's see. Where they are typically. I have an empty one. I have like 3 projects going right now, guys. It's crazy. Let me see if I have an empty tray in here. That's kind of yucky. This one. Okay. I have labels in all my trays. I could maybe just use these lids. Might be big enough. just enough to keep it from rolling around. I might keep this one out. I'll wipe it out though. It's got lint or dust or something from all my construction going on. So much going on right now, guys. Dollar Tree has a really nice one for these, but oh, there's one that's empty. These little guys, I get this at Dollar Tree. So this is good. I'll keep this handy. That way I can close it up if we don't get to it. So I think it's my last one. I've got them filled with stuff. They're all filled with stuff. Everywhere. Stuff everywhere. Okay. I do have this little hammer. I don't know if I'll need it. I did see like 2 people using them. I just went ahead and grabbed it off of Amazon. It's cute and I might use it at some point. But it's for when you're trying to put some of these little snap fits together and you get it and it just won't go in. It's for tapping it in. It's made out of like a nylon so it doesn't mar it. Like if you've tried to use a big hammer or something. So I have it. I don't know if I'll need it. All right, let's see. So first step. Step 1, guys. Let's get to it. Step 1 is build this little cabinet. This little cabinet is in bag 2. So let's see. We'll start out with this and then I'll kind of go from there. Let's see if I need that container. So bag 2 is this one. And it says K10, and then there's a little handle. It looks like a handle in, it says other parts. I bet you it's in bag 2. They mark it. Is it in bag 2? It might be in 5. There's like a 5 there. Let me look in 5. It's in 5. Yeah. All right, so that's in 5. This is K10, which is one of these sheets of sticker thingies. Let me find which one it is. I'm just going to set all this on this table over here. Make room. I have a lot of stuff out that I do not need. K2. DG167K. It's sticking together. DG167K. Okay. Alrighty. So there's all of our parts. Hopefully. Part number 1. So we need all these red pieces, I betcha. We need R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6. I think that's it. So pour that out. We'll put it back in the bag so I don't lose the parts. All right, so we need these red ones. We're just going to assume, and then I'll check the numbers. Some of them have 2 pieces. Okay, I don't see any other colors on there. Nope. Put that back. Nope, red one, you stay. All right. So we have 2 R1s, which is, this is why we need tweezers, because people like me who bite their nails can't do anything. All right, 2 R1s. We have a R2. Now these have a little, I'm going to zoom back in, guys. Well, it's hard to zoom in and show that too, but I'll try. I think they have numbers on them. Let me look. In the light. They do not. Some of the things have numbers and some don't, I guess. Yeah, there's no numbers on there. But you can tell by the shape. All right, so that is our 2. I've got to change glasses because I can't see anything. I'm up to strength number 2. Seems like vision gets worse and worse as I age. At least for close-up stuff like this. Okay, R3 appears to be these little guys. And then R4 is this. I'll put this big one here. And then this is, what is this? I have no idea. R5 is the little bitty ones. R5. Trying to see if maybe they snap apart. No. This goes to something else. All right, that goes to something else. This must go to something else too then. This is R6. Where's the little short one? Oh, it's hiding under there. Little short one. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so these go to other things. Put those back and back too. It tricked me. Some of the red things didn't go to that. All right, so you just start snapping them together for the most part. So I'm going to put the instructions up above me there. So it says to take this little teeny tiny piece here and attach it to this. Now I can't tell if there's a front or a back. They look the same, so I'm going to assume there's not. This is going to be so much fun to hold on to. It's so tiny. It's really not that tiny, it's just me. Hold stuff. All right, so they just kind of fit in the holes, and you got to line them up and just give them a little push. I wouldn't be too aggressive with it so they don't. Now, I didn't see anybody using glue for most of this stuff. They said if it's falling out, throw some glue in there. If it feels snug, don't bother. So I'm not going to bother. It felt snug. The next little shelf appears to be this guy. R6. I wish these had numbers. Some of the other ones I noticed did. So R6 goes on the first shelf down. Did I just put that on the wrong end? Guys, I'm messing up already. That is not a good sign. All right, read your instructions right. This goes at the top one here. Will fit in the other one. All right, that goes there. And then this next one, R6, goes right below it. Also seems snug enough. And then the next one is the side, which is this. So let's make sure we get the right direction. Curve goes to the top, flat to the bottom. That makes sense. So you just line up holes. Do I need to zoom a little bit more? I'll try. And this bottom hole. Okay. Like I said, a little tedious. I'll try to stay in camera, guys. As long as I'm where this tray is, I think I'll be in camera. All right. Next is the other side, I think. No, yes, no. No. Now it tells you to set that aside. Okay. I don't know why you didn't put both. I guess because you got to put this together. So now we need this little door, and it goes with the little hole in it sideways, and then it attaches to these with the little pointy parts out. Okay, so fit that in there snug. Does it feel tight enough? That one's kind of iffy. All right, I might throw just a teeny tiny bit of glue in there. I'm half afraid to put glue because you know me, I'll have to take it apart because it'll be wrong. But I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna put much. I'm gonna put the tiniest bit. So this canopy glue, I need to squeeze it on something because this nozzle's not small enough. I'm just gonna squeeze it on a little paper plate. Just a tiny little bit. Does it turn? Does it come off? Did I open it? I don't know. I just bought it, so who knows? Maybe I didn't open it. I thought I did. Can't tell. Maybe I didn't. All right. Yeah, I'll cut it. I hate to cut it. I'm afraid to cut it. Surely you cut it. Let me see if my awl will go in there. Yep, my awl will go in there. I'm going to do it that way. Spill it everywhere. All right, now I can squeeze out just a little bit. It's kind of watery. I did shake it earlier. I'm not going to put much out. I'm going to put a teeny tiny bit. It acted like it didn't dry super fast. So, and then I've got some toothpicks here. Grab a toothpick. And I'm just going to use that. 'Cause that way I won't put too much glue. Just enough to kind of snug it up. How's this one? That one's not as bad. All right, so the one we were doing is this one. And one of these. I think it was this one. So I'm going to make sure I put it the right way first. Let's see. Goes out. It's flush with the front. Okay, yeah, it's pretty loose. We're just going to put a tiny bit. And it may not hold super fast. See, that's even almost too much. But it will help later. That way your stuff's not falling apart. Yeah, that one's really kind of loose. Maybe I'll switch to the thicker glue because this is really thin. If it's not going to dry super fast, I don't know, that might bug me. I know that one glue, that ultimate glue, that's really tacky. It's starting to hold, but I might switch. Let me wipe this off real quick. I'm going to keep these toothpicks handy. I'll set it aside in case I need it. Here, I'll just turn it around. So this ultimate glue works on plastic, metal, glass, all kinds of things. I don't like to use it in journaling because it's really kind of tacky. And for journaling stuff, it just doesn't really work for me. But for crafting, it's a great glue. All right, let's try that next for the other one. All right, so the second piece goes on the top. I'll just put a tiny drop right on the top of that. So I'm not going to use too much because I just don't want a lot of glue oozing everywhere. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, handle. So there's that tiny little handle in bag 5. Well, this is going to be slow going. If this is boring to y'all, I'll try to talk enough. Just, you know, catch the replay so you can fast forward when you get bored. There's a little tray. Handle's in here somewhere. It's tiny. It's this. Teeny tiny little handle. I don't know that there's anything else in there I need. I don't think so. Try not to lose any parts. A lot of little tiny parts. Man, when you watch these other people do these on YouTube and they've already edited everything, they don't show all this stuff. They don't show all this fiddling around and trying to figure it out and, you know, all the problems. Okay, so the little handle goes in here, so that's, ooh, it's tiny. It's so tiny. I don't even know if I can hold on to it. I'm going to try to hold it with the tweezers. It's round though. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to put a teeny tiny drop of glue on it. Can you see that glue? So all I did was I just touched it to it. Just enough to give it something in case. Wow. I have no clue where that just went. Is it in my hair? I don't know where it went. It didn't even make a sound. Okay. Okay. I told you this was going to happen. It flew. These little parts are going to be fun. All right, I'm going to attempt to find this real quick. I can't pause, so it is what it is. I'll probably step on it. Let's see if I can find it. Luckily, it's silver. That might help. I have to go grab my flashlight. So I'll bet it flew out front of this. All right, hold on 1 second. Grab my flashlight. Try to find a little handle that I've totally lost. All right, little handle. Is it going to be easy to find or not? It could have went a mile for all I know. It just took off. Ah, I found it. It went pretty far. It went like 10 feet. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Y'all come along on my little journey here. Okay, we'll try using our fingers. I need like tape on my fingers. Okay, let's try this again. There's no glue on it now. I'm just going to hope it fits in there snug. Oh my gosh, I can't hold on to it. It's so small. Come on, get in there. There's a trick to this, right? You would think the tweezers would be the trick, but that didn't work so well. Gosh, can you imagine being a guy with big fingers? I don't even have big fingers. Get in there. Oh my goodness. Ah, I got it. Whew. Yeah, these are still trying to fall out. Maybe the firmness of the other part will hold it in. All right, so a little handle's in there. Now, this little piece goes to this little piece. So make sure you're the right way up. Oh, I put the wrong side on first. I don't know if it matters. Logically, it probably doesn't matter, but it showed putting that side on first, but that's okay. We put the other side on first, so we're gonna go with it. All right, so squeeze that in there. Match up the little holes. Maybe. Matched up. What? I got the bottom one. No. Now I lost this space. Yeah, they make this look so much easier. Okay, I got it in there. Hope it stays together. Seems flimsy. Okay, and this side just goes on and attaches everything. So, you know, I am going to throw a teeny tiny bit of glue, since it does seem kind of flimsy. Hoping that just having a little bit of glue on these, you know, closing parts will be enough. All right, match up the hole. But yeah, it says no glue needed, but I think you need glue. All right, there. Did it. I did it, yay. All right, little cabinet. Cute. Okay. It says to apply a little newspaper looking thingy, which is this. It's looks like a menu. So somebody said these are scored, so you can fold them easier. So let's see if I can show you the score mark. Will it show up? There it is. Little score mark. Okay, so they're already pre-scored, so they are supposed to fold where they're supposed to fold easily. Okay, goes like this. And then this one says put double stick tape. So we'll try the double stick tape, see if it works. It should work on paper. Where'd it go? I lost it. I didn't lose it, but it's under something. Double stick tape, where did you go? There you go. Okay, are they all the same size? I think there's some different sizes in here. All right, so this says each one has 4 different sizes. 3 different sizes? I don't know. It's got small, medium, and large, basically. So we will try a small one. Probably be fun to peel off as well. See if I can get one piece of it. All right, there's one. And I guess it's probably the most logical to put it on the shelf. So it shows it going right on the end of the shelf here. So we're going to try to stick it right on the end of the shelf, if we can. Right there. Give it a little rub. And peel it off. Okay. And then we want our little menu looking thingy. And this just kind of seats up in there. I think I'll use my fingers for this. So it goes like that, and you just give it a little squeeze so it sticks. All right, so there's that. Cabinet is done with its little menu. Let me show you the little menu up close so you can kind of see it. It's like a little menu, kind of, or it's a bar stuff. Okay, set that there. Did I put it on the right shelf? Does it matter? Honestly, don't know if it matters. I did not put it on the right shelf. Oh good, the sticky went on the paper. It goes on the bottom shelf. I'm not looking at these directions very well. All right, we're going to put it on the bottom shelf because it shows it there. Because I can't read. This bugs me a little bit that it's open. Maybe throw a drop of glue in there. I might. I think it's going to bug me that it's open like that. throw a little teeny bit of glue in there. Close it down. That's better. Okay, now it's on the right shelf. Okay, set you aside. Next step. Goodness, that took forever. Yep, this is going to take me a while. Okay, we did that one. Next is a plant pot, which was that other red piece. And then it's got some material, which is in bag 6, it appears. All right, so we need the red from the one. So we can just pull them out. So that one, a plant pot. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Okay. And that needs a plant and double stick tape. Could also use glue. Let's see if I can find this plant material. It is in bag, what did I say? 6? I think 6. All right. Plant material. Okay, let's do this stuff. I'll give you a bunch of it. I think there's a couple of places it goes. Open the bag up. Come on, separate. It shows cutting it, but it's a Ziploc. Cut. All right. So you take this out and you snip off a little bit. Oh, that's what it is showing cut. So snip off as much as you want for your little box. So we'll do that in a minute once I see how big this box is. So sides, front. Let's see. I'll try to kind of do it together. It looks like the back and then this flat part. The same both directions is, so this goes here. Let's hope it fits snugly so I don't have to glue. This is fiddly, holding them straight so they go in the holes. It is a little fiddly. Okay, got one, and the other piece is the little smiley looking face guy. It goes upside down with the holes at the bottom. Figure out how to hold it so it doesn't fly. Come on. I'm lining it up. Go. You've got to have some patience to do these things, guys. Definitely have some patience. One. I bet if you've done them a while, you learn how to hold them and stuff and squeeze them together and all that. All right, then it's got the sides. So you just look at your notches. You can usually figure it out. So there's an insert and then there's a flat piece. The flat piece they show going in the insert. And then the hole is at the bottom. So like this. I'll try setting it on the table. Okay. And then other side. Oops, backwards. Backwards and flipped. There. Okay, that's better. So we got a little plant holder, and you just want enough to go in it. So you can kind of just look at it and see how much you think it should need. It doesn't take much. Looks like maybe about that much. I have a feeling there'll be plenty extra. It's like lines. If I have extra, this will be great for my vignettes. So it says use the double stick tape. You just put it, it shows it putting it in the back there, on that back wall. Seems like it wouldn't stick very well, but we'll give it a shot. Try to get one little piece. Can't tell if it peeled or not. Maybe. Alright, so it shows it on this back wall. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it up and shove it in there. If it acts like it's not gonna stick, I can throw some glue in there. You can have it hanging over as much as you want, if it doesn't fall apart on you. You know, maybe you want some little tendrils or something. A couple little tendrils, maybe. Looks better loose than tight. Yeah, I think it needs glue. It's kind of crazy. What glue should I use? We'll go with this stuff. It's tacky. It dries fast. Just gotta throw a little kind of back there, and then maybe on the sides here for my tendrils to stick to. That way I can have some tendrils that'll stay in place. It'll stick to my finger. Let go. Alright, that should be good enough. It looks organic enough. Okay, so there's a little plant thingy, and don't stick your toothpaste on toothpick in the wrong way. Let me clean this off before I stick it to something. Okay, next we have a chair. The chair is in bag 2. Put all plants up for now. It's falling apart. It's a messy little plant. Some interesting material though. It does really look like a viney plant. It feels like a yarn. All right, put that back in 3, 5. I want to get them back in the right spot because you know I'll be looking for it later. It was 6. All right, 6. Grab bag 2 again. Bag 2. Chair parts. All right, these should be fun. We have 2 tops. Probably all of these browns. Let me just get the tray. Pour it out because it's probably easier. All right, so we got some bases, some seat cushions, and some backs. There's the other back. This is probably a brace. Yep, that's a brace. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 8, 9, 10. 10 pieces. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, seem to be all there. And then it's got paper cutting. They're like design on the chair back, like a cushion. That is on. Looks like the one we just had a while ago. Where'd it go? This one? Yes. Okay, so we got these little chair cushion thingies. those. Okay, anything else? No. All right, put that aside. Put this back in bag 2. And we're just going to enjoy this process, guys. So it's not going to be fast, like I said. It's going to just be an experience. Okay. Here we go. So step 1 says to put the little design on. Surprising that's step 1. So if you look at these, are they the same? They do appear to be the same. I'm just making sure before I stick it on the wrong side. One is a little deeper cut than the other side. I don't guess it matters. It doesn't really act like it matters. Okay, so this goes here. It shows doing it with double stick tape. I'm not so sure about that. I think I'm just going to throw some glue on here, guys. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I don't like dealing with double stick tape. I really don't. So if I can get around not to using it, I probably won't. So that just sticks on there. There's one. Let's do the other one. Try not to put it on too thick. Just enough. And 2. Okay. Clean that off just so it doesn't get hard on there. Alright. Yeah, that glue is pretty good because it doesn't dry so fast that it have to, you know, squeeze more every 10 seconds. Alright, so put the chair back onto the chair seat. Alright, so chair seat, chair back. You want the design to be in, not out. Seems like it should be on both sides, doesn't it? That's weird. Alright, well, it says design in. These don't really have a top or bottom. Figure out the best way to do it. What if I set it down? It seemed like that worked pretty good last time. Aha. Okay, so there's one. Next one. See, I'm figuring stuff out already. All right, and then the little legs go next. So 2 legs for each one. Don't seem to have a front or a back or anything. If they do, I can't really tell. The design looks the same on both sides, so I think they just made it easy like that. So let's see. We're going to set this like this. I'm trying to figure out ways I can hold it and put pressure. You know? Not too much pressure. Just a little bit of pressure. Seems like it'll hold. All right, chair. Next chair. Legs. There's one. Okay, and then the braces obviously go inside. So this is bound to need glue. Do you see, are there any pictures there? Let me get my little picture guide thingy. I lost it. There it is. I'm trying to see if is there a glue picture? Double stick tape picture. A grease with cotton swabs? I don't know what that applies to. Probably nothing in this kit. I don't see a glue picture. Yeah, I don't see a glue picture. Okay. So I guess it's not supposed to need glue, but you know it will. So it's got these little, see the little things there, and it just kind of sits in there somehow. So flat part up. Yep, flat part's up. Okay. Let's see. I may throw a little drop of glue in there, guys. Yeah, I think I will. I'm just going to put a teeny tiny drop of glue before I squeeze it in there. It's got fuzz on it. That's not helping me get a little drop. So I'm just going to squeeze it in there. And then I'll push it down. Is it going? Got that one in. I mean, honestly, as long as I get one side, that's probably all I need. But I'm going to put it on both sides. Teeny little drop of glue in there. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll help because that does seem kind of on the loose side. All right, old chair with a base. Now all this glue will dry clear. All these glues I have dry clear, so this time I'm just going to go ahead and stick it on first since I know I'm going to need it. I'll just throw it right here. Right here. And it kind of spreads the little legs apart. So it's kind of a snug fit. I wouldn't say it's super snug, but it is kind of snug. Hold it for a second. All right, got 2 chairs. We have our little plant thingy and we have our cabinet. Now we have a storage rack. All right, storage rack is in bag 2. Well, at least they're sticking with the same bag. Where'd it go? So I don't lose it. It's here. 3, 4, 6, 2. Thank you. Okay. Bag 2 has 3 brown pieces, 2 gray looks like a kind of like a little tablecloth thing. So gray. The brown pieces are not in bag 2. The gray pieces are. I don't think I need any of these. These come with it. Looks like that next thing, the coffee maker. All right, so the other ones are in bag DG167F. It must be a board. I think it's a board. All right, let me find the board. Okay. DG167F. So these are like lettered with mostly the letters. So once you find the D's, you should be able to find it. Okay, here's, is that D's? I gotta look at the light. Nope, that's B's. D's, where are my D's? Is that D's? It is, but it looks too big. Is it too big? Hold on. DG167F. Oh, you know what? I bet it's F. I bet they're referring to F, not G. I'm looking at the wrong side of the number. So F it is. All right. All right. So we need F16, which appears to be this, I think. It's the only one. Oh, the label's there. I see it. All right, so it says to push these out. I think it said toward the bottom. There's a way to do it so they don't break on you. We haven't had to do one yet. Let me reread it to make sure I'm doing it the right way. It says, remove the part by pressing its back. Kind of shows pushing upward. And then sand if necessary. All right, so try to hold it. I'm just going to kind of work it a little bit gently. So I hopefully don't break nothing. Of course, I'm removing all the ones I don't need. This one's kind of snug. Got it. Come on, let go. All right. 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Is this something? No. This is 17, which we don't need, so let's see if we can kind of stick it back in there. I'll lose it, you know. You know I'm going to lose it. It'll start falling out, and that's why I'm going to need that little tray, because sooner or later I'm going to start losing pieces, and they're going to be separate from the boards, and then they're going to be all kinds of problems. All right, so for this we need that little mat. This doesn't have a number on it either. I know it's going to fall out of there. So it wants this mat, which is K5. Okay. All right, so there's our parts for the next step. Y'all still on camera? All right, I think you're good. Set all of our little things up this way. All right, so step 1, gray little shelves. Looks like the flat part appears to be on the bottom, and the pointy part appears to be on the top. So it shows you putting them in and then twisting them. So these should all be the same. Do they need shaved? So it shows sanding them if they have burrs. It's not terrible. We've got a little semi block here though. We'll give it just a little bit. If you feel that, you know, it has burrs sticking out, go ahead and just real lightly hit it with some sandpaper. They include sandpaper, but this block here, you could even use an emery board, guys. Just real lightly. Okay, so it shows putting it in and then twisting it sideways. It should fit snug, I'm guessing. Okay, so there's that one. So in, twist sideways, go all the way to the bottom there. Okay, and then the next one. So this goes just above that shelf. See if we can get them both in at the same time. So line it up and twist gently. Gently. Reminds me of Princess Bride. Yeah, watch Princess Bride. It's like my favorite show. And then the top one. It just kind of fits in there. Let's see how loose that is, because that looks like it's going to be loose. Is it going to be loose or not? It's not terrible. Might be okay. I don't think my surface is exactly flat. I think everything is flush. It's a tad high. Just make sure everything is seated. Looks like it is. All right, so, and then this little thing just goes on the bottom there. They showed some double stick tape. I'm not using double stick tape. I'm going to use my handy dandy glue here. And for this time, you can kind of guess about where it is. They do show a little picture of where the tape should go on here. Can you see that? I'm trying to see how well you can see that. Let's see, I'll try to zoom. See that little piece of tape right there? So they show where it's supposed to go, so you can kind of, you know, figure it out. I'm just going to throw a little tiny bit of glue there, just enough to hold it in place, and throw a little thing on there. And it looks like it just goes straight, so just straight across. It may have other things that it sits against, so I would make sure that it's as flush as you can get it. That way you don't run into problems later. So just kind of get it on there kind of flush. So there's that. Set that aside. Now we need a coffee maker. What time is it? Okay. I'm doing okay. I'm not getting super fast, but you know, it's not bad. So this is also bag 2. And we have probably what's left in here. So black piece, fat cream piece, one without little notches and one with little notches, and then 2 of these sides, and this little guy. And then for design elements, we need K6 and K7, K8, and K9. There's K8, there's K9. Try not to force it. I don't want to tear it. Okay. And then the last one is 7. All right, and then a little cup, which is in bag 6. Bag 6. It looks like a pony bead. The cup totally looks like a pony bead. I don't think it has liquid or anything. Some of these have liquid, but this one I don't think does. So, kind of like a little pony bead. All right. For right now, we'll assume it doesn't have liquid, and then we'll see if it has any later. All right, so for our put together. So step 1 is put the little beige parts together. So the one with the little pointy parts, this end. So the pointy parts go toward the little thing that points out there. So like this. Oh, that's real loose. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot more loose than I'm comfortable with. So squeeze a little glue in that one. Pointy parts. I'm trying to be extra sure I'm putting it the right way. Trying. All right, pointy part, and then okay, so it doesn't show putting the other end on, so it shows this one. We'll assume it needs glue too. Just a little bit there. Just down my paper plate. And this goes in this little slot right under there. Okay. There's an exclamation. What is the exclamation for? Oh, what does exclamation mean? Special attention and assembly. Am I doing it backwards? It's telling me don't do it backwards. Let me look at my thing, make sure. That's going that way, that's going that way. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think it's right. And this piece, put a little bit of glue. I'm going to put it on these. So just a little bit here. And a little bit here. It takes a little because once they kind of pressure fit in there, it oozes everywhere. All right, so you want the pointy part toward the front. That's the special instructions from the best I can tell. I really need to set this on the table. So I'm never going to line that up. Okay. That looks right. If there's any, glue poking out, just go ahead and clean it off. All right. Next, it says this snaps onto this little piece. And it has a label. I think you put the label on after, because then you can see the holes while you're applying it, if that makes sense. So, tiny drop of glue, tiny drop of glue. This goes here. I'm on camera. I have to keep looking. I think I am. Alright, it goes like that. That's good. And then the little black label has like knobs and numbers. So this says double stick tape, of course. It's it should be okay for double stick. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. The double stick tape is more of a pain than it's worth, honestly. I'm going to stick with glue because it seems to be working quite well. So I'm going to just do it the way I typically do when I'm junk journaling and throw it on here. The only difference is not using a nozzle. Mostly because this glue is a little thicker and it doesn't warp like the art glitter does. Although although I could probably use the barely arts. All right, so you want to make sure it's the right direction, of course. So it has numbers and stuff. I'll show you up close in a second. Try to make it somewhat centered. Just rub it down a little bit. I'll show you what that looks like. Can you see it? Is it going to focus? Focus. There we go. Okay. And then it's got the base. Base. Throw it in the base. We're going to do it this way. It looks the same on both ends, so it shouldn't have a front or a back. Okay, squished onto its little base. Next page. All right, now the, I guess, back. So we're flipping her around, and we got our little back, and that just fits in there, snug like. Little bit of glue, little bit of glue. And I think I might have to hold this one. Come on. That one's a little warpy. It's not quite, there it goes. It wasn't quite seating in there. Maybe the glue's helping. All right, there. Then it says label. So we have this little label here. So that little label goes on the back, and then this goes on the top, and there's like a little menu that stands up on the top, and then the coffee cup sits there. Okay, all right. So first thing is our label. One girl said she put this on the wrong side. I honestly don't know how she did that, but she did. I guess she just stuck it here, which it would work. It says off. I don't know why it says off. It doesn't make sense, but that's what it says. We're just going to put a little bit of glue on here. So I don't want to deal with double stick tape. Make sure you're the right way. The back end is what it's standing on, so the off should obviously read up. If I can get it in the right spot. Try to get it somewhat centered. Okay, good. And then our little red one, plaid stuff. Just kind of sits in there. Kind of sort of center it. See if I can kind of sort of center it. All right, and then this menu, does it have a score? It does. Right, so the menu gets scored. A little tap goes back, and you promptly drop it. And so you want the front which is, they're calling this the front. So here's the question. This is what the other girl said, which I understand. Supposedly where this is in the thing, they wanted to see this part for some reason. I don't know. Maybe because it looks a little cooler instead of the off part. But logically, this would be toward the person making the coffee, you know? So that's the reason this is the part where the menu sticks out, because it's like a little sign. It says coffee menu. And then the coffee cup just sits on there too. So, and I think I'm just going to use glue. I know it holds metal and plastic, so it'll be fine. Let's see if I can do this without my little coffee cup going across the room. And just however you want to set it on there. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly like the picture. Just push your little tab down. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. Focus. Focus. It's not gonna. Try and get closer, further. Nope. It's not gonna focus. No, that's as good as I'm getting it. Alright. So this would be like the working part, and then this is what the customer sees. Okay. Coffee maker thing. Next, what time is it? All right, we got time to do more. Next we have a door. Seems like an odd thing to do now, but okay. Bag 3. It says board, but we know it's bag 3 because this is wrong for whatever reason. So let's find bag 3. And we want this black piece. Where'd my little plastic bin thingy go? I bury it. Girl. I'm just gonna push all these things. I'll show you all the things at the end. I'll pull them back on screen. Where'd the plastic thing go? Oh, gosh, it's off to my right. I don't think I need it, but I might. All right. So we're looking for the door and 2 little black pieces that are like a frame, the acetate. I'm just gonna do this because I'll never figure it out. All right, this looks like the door, and then we need 2 little pieces. This is one, and then there's a flat one. Looks like that one. Okay. So are you enjoying this? You guys are going to have to let me know. If you are. I hope you are. Okay. So we got our door. 2 pieces, and then we got a bunch of stickers. So that same thing. No. DGM. We need to find the M sticker sheet. Just over here somewhere. All right. Is this the M sticker sheet? One that's falling apart? Probably. Is it an N? No. This isn't. Okay. It says M, right? Yeah, it's not my vision. There's an M somewhere. I think I found it. Maybe. Oh, is this it? All right, M. We need M12. So it looks like all of these pieces right here. Let's see if I can get them out. I tore a little bit. All right. Is that it? How many are on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let go. This looks, is that 6? That's 5, right? I think I'm missing something. Oh, there it is. All right. 6. Okie dokie. So, and then we need the acetate, which is S3. It's floating in here loose somewhere. Did I set it over there? I did. Okay. S3. It's this one. All right. S3. And we need a handle, which is in bag 5. Bag 5. Is it silver? Okay, silver handle. Bag 5, and then let's see if I've got everything. Handle, stickers. Yep, I think that's it. Okay. All right. Okay. Step 1 says to put these pieces on the door. So we got to look at and see. It says special attention. So you want to look at the little notch, because that's how the door opens. And it looks like they want the notch. The notch is the side. The handle will be on this side when the notch is here. But when we're doing this side, this little piece, I think the round part goes out. I might have to actually use my magnifying glass. I can't quite see their picture. All right, so round part, and there's a longer part and a shorter part. The longer part is on the inside. And then on the bottom, looks like that just fits into it. Okay, so the longer part is on the inside. All right, that goes, ooh, that's really loose. I know the acetate goes in that little tiny little notch there, which would be the inside, because the handle's here, opens this way, I think. So I think I've got it the right way. I hope. I don't know if I should glue it. I assume the acetate will hold it in place, logically, but maybe not. All right, the little board is like a relief, and it, you know, I'm gonna glue it because that's gonna move all over the place. It's not snug at all. All right, so, gosh, it's so dark. Get up here, light. It just fits in there like that. So it's got like a longer notch in the back, it says. And then there's like a little relief. Can you see the little, there's some marks. Oh my gosh, show. There's marks where this goes. You just kind of match it to the marks. Okay, so that's what we're doing. It doesn't look like you put the acetate yet, so. This part I'm not sure this goes yet. I don't know that it would matter, but it shows putting the acetate first, so we'll hold off. But I am going to put a tiny bit of glue there. This glue has a decent amount of working time, so if something happened and I had to move it, I probably could. It's getting a little bit gooky. It's too gooky. I'm surprised it lasted that long, honestly. Yeah, it's starting to tack over. Just give me another little pile. Just a small pile. Okay, try that again. Might use the toothpick, I think, on a smaller spot. Alright, so honestly, I could put it there, but I'm going to try to set it just in the corner here so it'll grab. I don't want to put a ton of glue just in case I do something wrong and I have to pull it back off. Alright, so we'll set that in there. Should hopefully grab in a minute. And then we want to put this on, but you have to peel off the acetate first. So it has a word. So the word Rolife at this point, with the handle on the right, the word is backwards, because what happens is it will be on this side glued and then you'll see it the right way. So the acetate is only on one side. I think it's on the front side. Kind of looks like it. It's like a protective cover. Let's see if I can actually get it separated. Okay. So this I will use the double stick tape. I think that'll probably be my best bet. Although I do know that I have several glues here that will work on it. Double stick tape. I buried you again. Where did I bury you? There you are. Okay. It shows putting double stick tape on the top and the side where the handle is, and the other side. Okay. It looks like it's kind of that medium length. I think it tries to tell you which tape it is, but I can't tell. We're going to go with this medium length. If I can peel off, well, you know, I'm just going to peel off two and then I'll use them both. I need 6 hands. There. Okay. So you stick there for a second. So the one with the handle is a little confusing because it shows it right next to it, and I don't know how you'd even get the handle in there if that's the case. It seems like you wouldn't be able to. You know what, we're just going to put it on each side of the handle because that's not logical to me. Boy, sensitive. And then we'll put it on the other side over here. Am I still on the right side? Did I flip? Did I? Did you see that? I totally flipped. I didn't even realize I flipped until I looked. And I was like, nope, I totally flipped. Don't flip it. No, did I? Oh my God, I don't even know. It was right. Okay, it's right. Where's the little notch? Yeah, okay. If the acetate's on this, or the sticky tape is on the side where the notch is, you're on the right side. Oh my gosh, let go of my tweezers. Let's go. All right, I'm on the right side. I may need more than that. So, doesn't show any on the bottom. Do one. Do another short one on the top. And then I feel like it needs a little bit there, but let me look at that acetate and see if it goes around that. I don't think it does. I think it just goes beside it, which that seems challenging. I'm not going to peel that yet. I just want to see where this hits. Oh yeah, that's way close on the inside. So that's going to be like loose. Does anything go on it? No? Their acetate is a little on the wide side for this, or on the narrow side for their tape. I don't know if I like it sticking out like that. I guess I could put some powder on it or something if it bugged me. Interesting. All right. I'm going to try and get it as close as I can to that inside wall. It's a little tricky to peel back off, but it does peel back off. So I'm going to scooch it over really close to this wall. I can't do it this. All right, do it this way. Because it's, gosh, hard to hold. So much of that tape's going to be exposed. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't guess you'd really touch it that much. Trying to see if I'm getting it up or not. But I'll try to get as close as I can. It doesn't really show that ideally. It kind of shows it, but unless you really knew what you were looking at, you wouldn't be able to figure it out. But now that I know, I'm going to put another piece up there and a little piece there. Make sure it holds flush. So we put this little piece as close as we can get in here. Okay. And then, yeah, it's too long for that. Okay. That should be good. Now we get to peel it. You like it? Okay, good, Nancy. I'm glad you like it. All right, so peel our thing. Hopefully everything's right and I'm on the right side. All right, acetate. Make sure your words are backwards at this point. Let's see if I can do this. So you know it goes in a little notch. So if you set it in the little notch and then you work your way up, it should fit. All right. So I can definitely feel the tape, but like I said, if it's bugging me, I can throw powder on there and make it not sticky anymore. But I'm not going to worry about it right this second. It's got fingerprints all over it. I have to clean it off. All right, so this goes on this little thing here. They show double stick tape. Plastic to plastic. I guess I'll try. I'm going to do both. I'm going to put the double stick tape, but I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on there. Because, honestly, I'm not sure. So we'll put the double stick tape toward the outside. Let me see if that's exactly in there. Yeah. And I'm just going to put this glue on the inside. Just going to put a little bit. That way, if one doesn't hold, the other one should. That's what I think. Right. It shows using these two little ones, so I guess we'll use the two little ones. So one there. Is that the right side? They didn't turn it, did they? No, they didn't turn it. Okay. It's the right side. They did turn it, but I turned it too, so. Alright, because now my little notch is on the right, the handle's on the left, and this plate is going on this side. Plus it has the little indentations to tell you where it goes, and that helps you know that you are on the right side, because the other side doesn't have that. The other side's, well, it has it, but it's less. It's not as strong. So, it's kind of helpful. Alright, peel this off. Come on. Grab our little board. Get glue all over yourself. Try to line it up straight. It's hard to see. Alright, squish that on there. Okay. So next is all the stickers on the windows. And of course those are done with double stick tape. Fun. So they go on. When did it put the handle? No, it already did the handle. That's okay. We'll go ahead and put the handle now. I don't know if I'm going to use a double stick on this 5 billion. It's little tiny things. It'll be a pain. So let's throw a little bit of glue in this one. Just a tiny bit of drop of glue on the ends. Should squish in there when I put it in. So this goes on the side that has the word correct, and your little panel is correct. Oh yeah, that was really loose, so you definitely need some glue on that one. That was a loose fit. Alright, so there's my handle. I'm just going to clean up that extra glue, although it will dry clear. I'll clean it up a little bit. Okay. So stickers, oh fun. I don't guess it really matters where they go. What time is it? Ooh, we're almost out of time, guys. We're just going to go for it. So I will kind of follow their little diagram. and put them where they show them as best I can. So let's see. The first one is this green one. No idea what it says. Let's see if I can tell because I don't want it upside down. What does it say? It says Marsh Harbor, Bahamas. Okay. So it goes this way. Just a little bit of glue on there. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of between the handle there. Yeah, it doesn't even show on the back. That's good. All right, and then the next one is the red one. What does it say? Designed by robotime.com. A little advertising there, I guess. Some glue on there. And that goes just below that. Attempt to get them kind of straight. And then the next one, we have this flat one. It says coffee and something. These are tiny. It says Anson and Pyre Craft, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. And that one goes near the bottom here. Okay. Clean up that just a little drop there. And then we've got a round one, it looks like. This purple one's on the bottom, and the yellow one's in the middle. What? Oh, this is on the other side. No, am I upside down? I'm upside down. What? The circle's at the bottom. It says, gosh, it's hard to read. It says outdoor cookbook. It's an odd thing to say. I hope I'm putting these on the right side. I honestly can't tell for sure. I think I am. I think I am. If I'm not, oh well. That's just what it is. I mean, logically, the customers would see them from the outside, right? That's what I think. All right, so this goes here. Approximately. Ooh, that one oozed. I'll clean it up a little. It should dry clear, so it shouldn't be an issue, but I will clean it up a little. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Next sign, yellow. Put less glue this time. I can't see any of these. It looks like Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's a little Wi-Fi sign. They're so tiny. Okay, and last one says Brother on the Road Cocktail something. Some sort of a drink thing, I guess. I think it was a mock teeny sign. So you don't drive and drink. straight as I'm getting them. All right, there we go. We got a little door with all its little signs. It says Rolife up there. Can you get it to show? Kind of, sort of. Okay. And I don't know if we have time for that. All right, I think we're going to end it there. I don't have time to do, well, no. It's going to take me longer. All right, we're going to end it there. Next will be the Bistro sign outside. So, let's see what we've done today. Not too bad. We got some accessories done. Bunch of little cute little accessories. And that's where we are at. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Let me zoom out a little. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for our live today. I will be doing this on Wednesday, so you've got a whole week to wait, which I know it's not great, but I have to do the junk journal on the other days, so I will be back on Friday, and we'll work some more in the Wild and Muted junk journal. So I will see you guys then. You'll have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thanks so much for watching. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.